welcome to another episode.
Ooh, is this on? Hey guys, my voice is bouncing off the walls. I am moving out of my apartment and I'm clearing out space in here, so I just want to clear out a little space right up there in my head. So I just wanted to do there goes my puppy. Okay, a little intermission. Yikes. If you ever need deterrence, if you just don't get a puppy, period. Okay. Um, But yeah, like I was saying, I'm clearing out space in my house. I want to clear out a little space up in this dome. Some things that I just are just on the top of my mind, or how things went for me in 2024, and I'm exhausted. If you can see it in my face, like you can always see how tired I am from my face. I'm tired. And from being exhausted and tired with my journey, the choices I've made, decisions, life, all those things, it has led me to, I would say, finding peace at the circus. Like, imagine you're at the circus, it's a lot going on, it's a little chaotic, but being able to find peace. But I'm still at the circus. And I say that because life just continues to go on for me. But like, even though things around me aren't technically changing, just me being able to change how I view things changes how I experience it. So, one thing that has really made my life exhausting, I would say, is the growth mindset. I, and mind you, I'm pro growth mindset, but then also I'm like F growth mindset. Like, I'm right in the middle because sometimes, yeah, we need to grow, but we don't always need to be in a mindset of gotta grow, gotta change, gotta get through this, gotta do that. You're always jumping through hoops. It's always hurdles. You're always trying to get to the next best version of you. But it's exhausting because at the end of the day, you are just here to experience and to live. Those things are just like little sprinkles, little cherry on top, but you don't always need a cherry on top. And growing all the time, always saying, oh, I need to do this to be the best, has made my journey not only exhausting, but discouraging. Because if I'm not growing, it makes me feel, or if I don't feel like I'm growing, it makes me feel like I'm not good enough. And that's not necessarily the case, because you are good enough always. No matter what you do, your good enough changes from day to day. So if I wake up today and I only eat a bowl of cereal and I rot in my bed, that's good enough for today. I'm the best version of me right now, even doing that. And tomorrow, if I go to the gym, do like 100 squats, lift like 350 weights, that's the best version of me for tomorrow. And just realizing that I don't always have to be, there isn't a set person that I need to be every single day. It changes from day to day, has helped me to realize that life isn't necessarily about old growth mindset, but it's about showing up the best you can as you can. Excuse me, this cramp. Ooh, I am drinking a little cranberry with a little ACV with a little what? Don't ask me why I'm drinking this. It's just a little concoction. But yeah, like, I'm not a robot. I am a human being. And I had saw a video like that where it was like, I don't know why we always chase the next upgrade. Like, we are not iPhones. We are not. Like, I am a person. I don't need Gabby 2.0, 3.0. I am me. I'm the best version of me in this moment. Whatever is the best for me at this moment, I'm doing my best. What feels like my best to me today is the best. Period. Period. If I say I want to work out every single day, but I only work out 3 times a week this week, but I showed up the best that I can, that's what it is. Of course, we have to challenge ourselves, but our life shouldn't consist of challenges. I think there's a difference between discipline and challenging yourself in a way that discourages you. So for example, like my fitness journey, I have struggled so much, and I get it because when you hit your 20s, you start getting, them rumps and them lumps, you start getting a little fat on the sides. It's hard to lose that damn weight. Our parents, our elders, they're not lying. Slow down on the alcohol. You don't need to eat. You don't need 3 plates of leftovers. You don't need to keep going back for food because it gets really hard to lose the weight. And I've become so discouraged in my fitness journey because one, I'm looking at everybody on IG like I need that. I need the abs. I need the butt up right and tight. And I think it's good to have body goals, but you have to set realistic goals with the body that you have when you can get there. So, for example, what we see a lot online is, oh, I lost 40 pounds in a month. You can do that, but is the average person losing 40 pounds in a month? No. People losing 40 pounds in a month are like heavily overweight, people who are in their over 300 pounds. And it's little small changes that they make that help them to drastically drop weight in ways that someone like me who has always been kind of sort of active, if I do what they do, I'm not going to have that same result. And it was discouraging for me because it's like, I'm doing my 7K steps. I'm lifting 3 times a week. Didn't lose a goddamn pound. I mean, not a pound. I actually started gaining weight. I was like, oh my, and not muscle. I know people was like, oh, it's muscle underneath. Child, wasn't a thing. It was my panties was getting tighter at the hips. I had to break the seams. So I was like, this is becoming depressing. It's making me not want to do it. And now I'm in the bed eating donuts, ice cream, chips, going to Five Guys, burgers, fries, more because I'm discouraged at this point. So I had to find a way to make my fitness journey fit me and what was something that I could ultimately maintain because I cannot maintain something that I do not like. Period. I'm not gonna say I don't like going to the gym because like I'll tolerate it, I'll do it, but what I don't like is going to the gym and essentially it'd be like the walking on a treadmill. I do not like going to the gym just to walk on the treadmill, run, stairmaster. And I don't like being around a bunch of people. So like when you go to the gym after 5 o'clock peak, there's only one treadmill in between a million people. I don't even want to be here no more. So I was like, okay, so what can I do to still get my steps in? I could, excuse me, I cannot be drinking this. I was like, okay, so how can I get my steps in? I can get my steps in by walking outside, or I don't got to get my steps at all, period. There are other ways to get steps outside of walking. You can do little dance videos on TikTok, not TikTok, YouTube. RIP. You can do little dance videos on YouTube to get your steps in. Like it's a million ways to get your steps outside of walking. And I just needed something that felt fun and doable. Just going to the gym and lift, it became so boring for me. Like I've had such highs and lows in my weight loss. Like last year, I think I lost maybe 20 pounds, like throughout the whole year. Like from the first to and it was just up and down, up and down, up and down. It wasn't like consistent weight loss because I kept having moments of this is boring or straight up I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. So I had to build that discipline to get active, but then also I had to find things that worked for me that I could maintain. So doing Pilates here and there, little yoga, HIIT classes, just trying new things and different ways to move my body so that it didn't become repetitive because I get bored. And I also had to determine what was going on internally, if anything. So I had blood work drawn up and they were able to show me what hormonal imbalances I had. And basically, I started to treat myself as if I was a diagnosed diabetic. So making sure everything is low in sugars, making sure things don't raise my cortisol and things like that. And I started to drop weight like a bitch after I started doing that. It was just like night and day for me. And it's just like, wow, I'm not even trying. And I'm losing this weight now because I'm addressing what's going on with me internally. So that's another thing. You can work out as hard as you want, run 1,000,000 miles a day. You won't lose a pound. That was so discouraging for me because I'm like, my panties don't fit. Like, you're busting at the seams. So it was good when I did that, and it changed my entire journey of fitness. So now it more so focuses on diet, even though they always say that if you don't fix your food, you're not going to lose a pound. But for me, it wasn't not necessarily fixing my food and being in a deficit. It's just like making sure certain foods don't spike my cortisol, or, just things like that. And now I'm starting to love it again. I have Class Pass. I go to like so many different places. I've been trying the crazy of things. I went to this place called Spenga, where it is yoga, spin, and weightlifting. When I tell you I couldn't hear out of my ears, like it became a point where I was working out so hard, like the lights went out, and I was like, "This is it. I'm done. I'm gone." I thought I was gonna start floating up, but I didn't. My vision came back and everything. I was like, I'm looking around like, did that happen to everybody? Like, no, that only happened to me. I was about to flatline. So don't work out too hard, ladies. But I would say another thing with growth is just my idea with, I'm gonna say it. Another thing with growth is, I would say, outgrowing people, places, relationships is tough, but it happens. I I was at a place in my life where I was so desperate to have friends that I would basically let anything slide. Like things that I knew that I didn't like, but I would essentially let it slide because I wanted a friend. Like I was like, maybe it's not that serious for real because I want a friend. Like I could let it go. I could not let it go. So, for example, when I was in Tallahassee, I was meeting up with people on Bumble and stuff like that, even in Atlanta. And it was a point where I ended up, I wouldn't even say befriending, but like hanging out with people that interests didn't really align. There was one girl that like really liked me. And I kept hanging out with her, kept, playing friends, even though I kind of had a hint like, okay, is she feeling me a little bit? Because I wanted a friend so bad, I was willing to look past that, and then it became messy. Because then I started dating the girl that I'm with now, my girlfriend, and it was like she felt betrayed. She was like, "So you're not gonna tell her about us? What are we? What are we doing?" So that was a thing. And even after that, when I moved to Atlanta and just having friends outside of college, I would meet up with girls. We would just go to break, something chill, cutesy. Next thing I know, hey girl, I'm going out to the club. You want to go? I'm like, yeah. Hey girl, you want to go out to? I'm like, yeah. Hey girl, no, I don't want to go to the club. Damn. And that's on me because I'm over here putting these floaters out. My thing is that I've had a problem with for a very long time is being myself. And there's no better person than to, so yeah, there's no better person to be than yourself. And it's hard to be yourself when you don't know who you are. And that's a journey I've been on for a very long time. Who am I? What do I do? What do I love? I don't know. I'm an adaptable person. I mimic people. So if I'm around you for a while, I will essentially try to like what you like, do what you want to do. Like, because at the end of the day, for a long time I took people pleasing to a whole new level. Like if you say jump, I say how high. You like purple, okay, like let's do everything purple like forever. And then one day I just stopped. It was crazy because it was very problematic, Loki. So to go from someone who was always like, yes, 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 I'll do it all, I love it, yes girl, I just one day became like, girl, I don't care. Like I just became like meh, like MEH meh. Like I didn't care to anymore because one thing they say about not being yourself, one day you show who you really are, like it becomes again exhausting. That's what I've been talking about. It's things that have been tiring me out, exhausting. So it became so exhausting to be something that I wasn't. And so I just cut it off drastically as you know, I don't want to do that anymore. And rightfully so, you can decide to be a new person any day. But like I said at the beginning with that whole growth mindset, it it had such a wear and tear on me to the point where how I went about changing and introducing that version of me to the people around me, it was very nonchalant. Like I did not, because I was so exhausted mentally that I didn't even care to explain myself. Really, it was just all about me, myself, and I at that point. And it ultimately led to me losing one of my closest friends from high school. And it was so sad for me because it was just like, damn, that hurts. But then also it was like, damn, it's time though. Because it was just a point where I just felt so outside of myself that it was hard to maintain any kind of relationship, especially a friendship, a long distance friendship. And yeah, it just became very, very hard to maintain something that I felt, it just didn't feel true and authentic to me. This friendship that I had, it was always long distance. Essentially, when we were in high school, she was at a different school, I was in a different school in college. But throughout the years, to me, it had felt like we were always drifting apart. But that, we were always like one call away with each other. Like, oh, girl, I call you. We talk like nothing never happened. But like shit happens, and I think that having a low maintenance friend teaches you how to not be a good friend. I'm sorry. I really feel that way. And I'm guilty of this. A lot of people are guilty of this. Not maintaining your friendships teaches you to essentially be, I guess, to make it okay to not show up for your friends and to also accept that. So again, for this relationship, I felt like she wasn't showing up for me. She felt like I wasn't showing up for her. And we were not. Like it was true. It was valid on both parts. Like, for example, she wanted me to continue to share with her what was going on in my life and things like that, which is a natural thing to do. You tell your friends your business, everything that's going on in your life. But it became a point to me where we didn't feel like friends anymore. I'm gonna be real. We didn't. It was like, yeah, we're close. Sometimes I think the time you've known someone makes, I don't know. I think that's with anyone. Anyone that you've known for a long time, it's hard to be honest with yourself about if that relationship is really fulfilling you because of how long it has been and how long it has endured. Like, yeah, we've been friends for 10 years. Like, ain't nothing stopping us, girl. Ain't nothing breaking us, girl. When in reality, if you're in 10 years of a low maintenance friendship, it is most likely that there are aspects of your relationship where you're not meeting each other's needs. And it's not really, I don't want to say that, but if you're not meeting each other's needs for so long, essentially they're going to have another friend or someone else to meet those needs. And if you're someone like me who I didn't even have another friend, so it's like, if you're not meeting these needs, why are we friends? Is how I felt for a while. And when I had other close friends, like it didn't really feel like a big deal that like, oh, this friendship doesn't really feel fulfilling anymore. We talk here and there, we catch up. It's great. It's great to have someone to catch up with. But as far as, someone that you're actually bonding with and things like that, like I didn't feel that. And so when, after college and everything like that, and, everybody went their separate ways, and I didn't really have any friends. It was just me and my girl in a brand new city. And like, that's what really highlighted to me, like, okay, this friendship is like, it is not what I thought it was. And it hasn't been for a long time. And I didn't realize that until I didn't have anyone else. And until I was like, this is the only friendship I have. And it's not like meeting my needs at all for someone who like wants a friend right now. And yeah, it was just a tough situation and a tough thing to talk about, and just to not be friends anymore. And it, for me personally, it wasn't like a big thing of, oh, we have this big beef, don't talk to me, I see you, girl, it's up. It wasn't like that at all for me. It wasn't like that for me. I don't think it was like that for her either, but I don't know. But yeah, it just really showed me, I think, what I do want in a friend, and that time isn't enough and love isn't enough, because I mean, the love is there. I mean, to this day, I love this girl deeply, but love is not enough in relationships. There has to be action behind it, and everybody got to be on the same page. If you're in a low maintenance friendship, y'all don't really talk, to it's, you are not about to come to them like, girl, you know what I've been feeling, what I've been thinking about you. Like, no, you're in a low maintenance friendship, y'all check in here and there, going about your life. And that's why I said a low maintenance friendship teaches you how it's hard to be a good friend. And you have to show up for people, you have to go out of your way, you have to make sacrifices. That's how you maintain friends and relationships. It's not easy to keep anyone in your life and make them feel valued. Like, people can be there, but do they feel like you value them and you care for them? In a low maintenance friendship, probably not. Probably not. But yeah, but after that hard conversation, I was able to again see what I wanted out of a friend, and what I wanted my adult friendships to look like, if and where I went wrong. I didn't personally focus on what I felt like. Excuse me, never drink cranberry juice. I didn't really focus on what I felt like, where I felt like she didn't show up in the relationship, because I just want to focus on what I can do. And for me, it's just, one, be yourself. And two, it is just put more action into maintaining your relationships. If you want people to put action into maintaining their relationship with you, I personally don't do good with low maintenance friendships. I want someone who pours into me as I pour, because I give people my all. So I want to make sure that I befriend people who are also giving me their all. And our generation as a whole, I'm not going to lie, we don't know how to be friends. We're not good at being friends. Half of us don't have friends. And I don't know what the disconnect was, if it was 2020, we was in the house for too long. I don't know, but a lot of us don't maintain friends, not showing up to our friends' baby showers. We MIA, we in our selfish bag, selfish era. Like, maybe we protecting our peace a little too much, because a lot of us feel lonely. It is a loneliness epidemic, and it's because we just refuse to show up for each other. And it's sad, but I just want to do my part and make sure that I'm burping more than usual. I just want to do my part and make sure that going forward, I am showing up for people the way I want them to show up for me. And not even necessarily doing like tit for tat. I just want to show up for people more. I want to put that energy out there so that I can also be open to receive it. And that is my little chit chat. But I hope you guys enjoyed. What are some things that, you know, you have gone through that have led you to these breakthroughs? Like, actually, I'm tired, and this is how I'm moving forward. Let me know. Bye.